Preach if you feel like it.
Yeah.
Voice if you feel like it.
I don't know about any preaching, but it's wonderful to be here. You know, as my nephew spoke last night, and he spoke about the hard time they had getting up here.
Yeah.
And of course, we went through all that, you know, through the construction, and we drove all night. Seemed like every 20 or 30 miles you got stopped. And then they had to stop and put tires on their car, but they kept going. And he mentioned the fact that it was just no big deal, really, if you think about it, if you trust in the Lord. And they just kept driving, and they finally made it here. And you know, that's the way it is in life. We just got to keep on keeping on. Where is there to turn back?
Nowhere, brother.
As Peter told the Lord, he said, Lord, you have the words of life eternal. You know, where can I go? There's nowhere to go. Once you grab hold of that scepter, once you grab hold of Jesus Christ, where can you go? There's no other place to go. You've just knelt down and you've given your heart to the throne of mercy. And He's bestowed upon you that mercy. And that grace that no one else can give you. How wonderful that grace is. And how great it is that we can have it here today. And if you're out there today and you want that grace, just ask and you'll receive it. Now, it really is that easy. But you have to have a repentant heart. You don't just come and give the Lord mouth service. He wants heart service.
Amen.
He does.
And He knows the difference.
Yes, He does.
And when He knows that you're sincere, and you've actually turned all this over, this world, this evil world that we live in, He'll take you in and you'll know it. When He speaks to you, you won't even ask who it is. It's like Paul when he said, Lord, yes.
Yes, sir.
When that light shone upon him, he called Him Lord. He knew who it was. And he was a Jew, and he knew all about the law. But when that voice spoke to him, he said, Lord. Called Him Lord. Now I can tell you that what the old Baptists believe, we believe in a resurrection of this body that you're looking at. Now I know that sounds preposterous to mankind.
God's ways are until you get
It is. It's strange and peculiar how we are. We're strange and peculiar people. And if you'd have seen us last night, if somebody had just had a camera and flipped it over to Hollywood, it would have been something for people to think about. What a strange bunch of people. But we are a strange and peculiar people. But we're following the ways that Jesus taught us. He gave us those precepts and those sacraments, as my old grandmother would call them.
Thank you, Lord.
How wonderful it is to have these old grandmothers and grandfathers who, as Brother Brian said last night, laid up the stones before us, and they left them there for us to see when we come by. We can see the stones that they've left. Now, we're all here up from Florida, a bunch of us. And, you know, we have a beautiful little church down there, and it's graced by these brothers, their presence when they come. We've had such a wonderful time lately from some of the brothers up here that have come down and visited with us. It's been, I'll tell you, it's been heaven on earth when we get together down there in Florida. It'll be 95 or 100 degrees, but it's a wonderful place to be. And I'll tell you, we've got a little church down there called Southern Home. And we would like for you to come and visit with us. And behind that little church, we've got a graveyard, a cemetery. And you know, I've got all my history just about there. I've got fathers, grandmothers, aunts and uncles. I've got nephews and nieces, and all buried in that little cemetery. And it sits right behind that church. And when you're sitting there or you're standing, you can look out over the cemetery from your seat. And it's peaceful looking. And it's wonderful. It's beautiful. And to think that someday all that will rise.
Sure will, buddy.
When that ground bursts open, I don't care what kind of concrete tomb you're in or whatever. When it busts open, and we all rise to meet Jesus.
Yes, Lord.
What a wonderful time it'll be. It'll be a noisy time. When all the saints of God will gather together.
Yes, sir.
And as that song says, when the angels step back
Thank you, God.
and let us enter in,
Amen.
how grace will be.
It will.
Think of that. What wonderful
Sing, brother.
that the Savior, that He has graced us with such wonderful, wonderful gifts of the Holy Spirit as we have right now. So in that little graveyard, there's all my relatives, and there's a lot of people buried there, and it is a beautiful place. I wanted to sing this one song, and if the Lord would bless me, it's been on my mind. It might be a little out of the ordinary.
It's all right.
Now, we don't have no sexual escape here, brother. No way. Follow the good spirit.
There ain't no grave can hold my body down. There ain't no grave can hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise above the ground. Ain't no don't blow your trumpet till you hear from me. Ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. Ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. Well, look way over yonder, see people dressed in white. I know it was God's people. I seen them living right. Ain't no grave gonna hold this body down. Ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. Well, look way down the river. What do you think I see? I see a band of angels. They're coming after me. No grave gonna hold this body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, gonna rise up out of the ground. Ain't no grave gonna hold this body down. Well, meet me, Jesus, meet me in the middle of the air. I'm gonna rise up to meet you, Jesus, and say goodbye down here. Ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. Ain't no grave gonna hold my body down. When I hear that trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise up out of the ground. Ain't no grave gonna hold this body down. Well, meet me, mother and father, meet me down the river road. And mother, don't you know I'll be there when I check in my load. Ain't no grave can hold my body down. There ain't no grave no grave gonna hold my body down. And that's the way it's going to be that day. There's no grave. I'm going to rise up out of there and I'm going to say, thank you, Jesus. That's the face I want to see. And then I want to stroll through heaven and see my dad. And see my old grandmother and the ones that's gone on. I want to be there with them and say, how are you doing? And I want to shake their hands and hug their necks. It'll be that personal. It'll be that real. We'll see mom and dad and all of them. It'll be a happy family reunion. And it'll be the time that we want to be. It's the time that we want to be there with the Lord. And I'm so grateful and thankful that He's given me enough sense to call upon His name in that day when there was no other help. No other help. I looked and I could see nothing but darkness ahead. And I fell on my face and I cried, and the main thing that I was so afraid of was I just didn't want to be a failure. I don't want to fail at this, Lord. No. This is one thing I don't want to fail at. And He finally just told me, Tommy, you'll have to trust me.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I've done since then. So I'm trusting in Jesus, the author and finisher of my faith and your faith. He's the greatest thing that you'll ever grab hold of. And He's going to take these bodies and He's going to fashion them like His most glorious body. Won't it be wonderful there?